insane passion.
Oh, would you believe it? A virtuoso strike from Dejan Kulusevski.
Same energy.
Here's Lucas Moura. Oh, they've done it! I cannot believe it!
Same love.
I want to win. I want to win the trophy, to bring success to the team, especially when you're captain and win the trophy.
Same team.
It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are. It's who we're going to be till as long as I'm here.
Same old Spurs.
The Same Old Spurs podcast with Majestic and Gazza.
Get behind the boys and up the Spurs.
Selective. Yo, hey mate, can you hear us? What was wrong though? Yeah. Probably just needed reselecting, yeah.
9G. Dave.
Bad man. All right. Are we reloading? We go again?
I think we need to start again.
I think we start again. I think we Timothy top it. To do just do the intro again. Yeah. We'll come back, guys, because then we can cut the recording in the right place.
Same passion.
Oh, would you believe it? A virtuoso strike from Dejan Kulusevski.
Same energy.
Here's Lucas Moura. Oh, they've done it! I cannot believe it!
Same love.
I want to win. I want to win the trophy, to bring success to the team, especially when you are captain and win the trophy.
Same team.
It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are. It's who we're going to be till as long as I'm here.
Same old Spurs.
The Same Old Spurs podcast with Majestic and Gazza.
Get behind the boys and up the Spurs.
And welcome along to the Same Old Spurs podcast with me, Majestic, alongside
Gazza.
And the first time in the history of podcasts, this podcast got a wheel up.
It did. Take two.
It got a wheel up, like being in a rave. Like the comments have literally said, "Wheel up, come again, my selector."
Do better, the Same Old Spurs podcast.
So if you are listening to the audio of the podcast, then we basically went live on YouTube, had something not selected on the audio. Luckily, the genius that is Louis stepped in and was able to assist us and the Statman, and we are up and away, and we are back here, SOS Magic Gaz, on a Tuesday evening. For those that don't know, it's been a long day because it started off badly for you guys.
It did, yeah. Not ideal when you come out your ass this morning and someone's whacked your car.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what question I want to ask is, if someone whacks your car, or you whack someone else's car, do you expect to see a note left, or would you leave a note?
I'm off, mate. I'm off. I'm looking around. First and foremost, I go,
See you later, John.
No, you have a look. Is it CCTV? No, off we go.
You've got to be careful these days now. With the Ring doorbells, they're everywhere.
It's very true.
You've got to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 weeks' wages for whoever who did that.
Yeah, I've got the next door neighbour going through the footage on the Ring door. Yeah.
You having a look?
You're raining a little favour there. Yeah.
Are you
Of course.
having?
Yeah, of course.
I like
you know when you knock and go, "Excuse me, you hit my car." It's an awkward chat.
That
That wasn't ideal, mate. But look, off the back of the weekend, that was a great start when it Spurs. Lunchtime on Saturday. We're going up to Elland Road and getting a biz done.
Do you know what it is? It's nice to go into a international break winning ways. First time we have won before an international break, and is it 7 games? It was a bad stat. So we finally got that.
You know what? Like people talk about momentum. Sorry to come in and mention. People talk about momentum. They don't want to. They would rather not have an international break at this time. But just where Spurs are sitting, isn't it nice to look at the league table, see us third, have a nice couple of weeks, like dine out on it a little bit, and just enjoy it. Do you know what I mean by that, Madge?
Oh, absolutely.
Because the games come so quick and fast, and literally.
Oh, you might be 10th in a few weeks.
And literally, you could have a great result on a Wednesday, and it could be forgotten about with a negative result on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just enjoying it, mate. Really, really am.
No, I'd agree with you. And of course, we will get into talking about that Leeds game in a moment's time. Of course, as this international break, we're going to look at who from the squad has gone on international duties. A few of the players already qualified for the World Cup, by the way, guys. I'll go through some of those in a moment.
Yep.
Got to talk about that takeover bid as well, because that's been brewing for a bit. Sino is a DJ from Ibiza.
Is that a myth match? You going to reveal all?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about if I've had any interactions
Apparently
with this
he can do a
potential
bit,
DJ.
the fella.
Really?
Apparently.
Of course, Sino, we are live on YouTube. We will get your reaction in the comments as well, so you can be a part of the podcast as always, because if it wasn't for you lot, we wouldn't be doing a podcast. In actual fact, we could have well done without doing a podcast tonight, and I was like, we can't let the guys down. We can't let the guys down.
Yeah.
And Gaz was like, you're right, mate. I'll see you there.
You were basically the postman tonight, wasn't it? First class delivery service, mate.
Oh, we're there, mate. We're delivering the service tonight. So if you could do us a favour, if you are watching on YouTube right now, then share this link of the YouTube to all your Spurs groups, all your Spurs friends, family, and say, look, let's have a look. What's on BBC One right now? TV. What's on BBC One right now?
EastEnders, isn't it? Have we missed that one?
What we got on right now? Should we have a look right now?
Corey?
It's something rubbish.
Come on, Will, you'd know.
No, you don't watch TV.
No?
No.
How about Emmerdale? That's still going around.
I'll tell you what that's on right now. Stacey and Joe, right?
Fantastic place.
Stacey,
program, that.
Solomon, and Joe, what's his surname? Wash. Joe Swash.
Joe Swash.
Guys, listen. Don't watch them. Come and watch this. This is where the real stuff is. And then we'll be done in time for Waterloo Road at 9 o'clock. If you want to watch a bit of Waterloo Road. So do come in and come and say hello. Make sure you're sharing us. Lots to get through, but we are here. It's a Tuesday night in the SOS HQ. Imagine Gaz in the place. If you smashed up Gaz's car, just say sorry and leave a note.
Absolutely.
Imagine Gaz's SOS. That's right. It is the SOS with Magic Gaz. Quick headlines for you. Club statement: Spurs are not for sale, and Brooklyn Eric, whose name is, pulls out.
Is this man in IB for match? That's what I want to know, because apparently he's an entrepreneur and an IB for DJ.
What?
An entrepreneur.
An entre who?
Penor.
Is that some type of like naan bread?
I spent too many times in Indian restaurants, didn't I, Keith?
An entre what?
Well, you're going to tell me the exact pronunciation, ain't you?
An entrepreneur.
All right.
An entrepreneur.
Same
actually.
thing,
An
isn't it?
entrepreneur.
Hey, that's basically what I said.
I'm not sure. Entrepreneur.
Well, he's one of them anyway. Whatever way you want to look at it.
And I'll tell you what, Chili paneer.
There you go.
I'll tell you what he isn't. He's a big time DJ, because I've never heard of him.
Nah.
Unless his DJ name's something that we've not heard of. But yeah, apparently.
DJ Brooklyn Eric.
Not for sale though, Spurs.
Nah, a statement from the stock exchange confirming that Brooklyn Eric would not be pursuing a takeover after it was claimed he was attached to an American consortium interested in buying the club.
Guys,
So it's a very firm statement from the club, isn't it? And Spurs, no,
is
we're not for sale.
Is that the first time ever you've looked at the stock exchange?
I didn't look at the stock exchange. I read that I done. Do you think I'm looking at stock exchanges? You're having a laugh, mate. I've done my little notes. They got my research notes together and put that little nice little sentence in.
Oh, the good news is Page Dog has Sky Plus, Stacey and Joe, so he can watch it later on.
Result.
Absolute result. What else is going on in the world of Spurs? Kudos his first goal and assist. 2-1 win at Leeds, ending Leeds' 23-match home run. Hey, they come,
Leeds United.
We're gonna get behind the line. I tell you what, Kevin, 23 matches at home, we've not lost. Imagine Gaz and his mugs, him and Bo and the boys, go up there, take points from Elland Road. I'm not having it. And I came home, make things worse. I've come home, yeah? Saturday night, guys, do you think you'd get Indian, Wagamama, even the Five Guys?
Oh.
You know what I got?
Go on then.
Sandwich.
Where from though?
M&S. Which ain't bad. But ham sandwich. Basic.
What,
Bob.
plain?
Plain. I couldn't believe it. I said, Kevin, what are you doing? Friend of the show, Patrick there, if you don't know about Patrick. Get to know. But yeah, that's absolutely massive. The World Cup 2026, we got our eyes on that, of course, with international breaks. Spurs players already qualified.
That one there, Madge, with him. What's going on with fella at Real Madrid? The name slipped me head now. Being left out by Tuchel.
Oh, Bellingham.
How can I forget his name? What is going on with that, Madge?
Oh, we'll have a talk about that. I'm sure. Look at some of the England boys later on.
Definitely.
But Spurs players that have already qualified for the World Cup, Gaz, do you know who they are?
No.
He's looking at my screen. He's trying to. My eyes ain't what they used to be. Romero.
Yeah.
Richarlison.
He won't be there, Richarlison. He won't be in that.
Bentancur. And Jan Ming Hoik.
What a player.
Two and two, innit?
Is he still at the club?
He's
still there. When is it QPR?
No, Portsmouth. He's at Pompey scoring goals, mate.
Yeah.
International duty. Kudus is playing for Ghana. Academy players called up as well. Also, this week it's been announced the leadership group, Matt.
We've got a lot to discuss, haven't we? Here?
Romero, Maddison, Davies, Van der Ven, Vicario.
I'm a big no for a couple of them.
All right, let's go on from there. Let's go from there, guys, before we go into Leeds. Leadership group.
Yeah.
What do
so
you make,
for me, let's start with the goalkeeper. Let's start with him because we spoke about him from the last podcast, didn't we? And you've made it perfectly clear that if Tottenham want to be successful and try and win things a bit more consistently than we have done, obviously, in recent years, then you've got to have a good goalkeeper. And is Vicario the man to be in goal for us? You're adamant it's no. I'm with you on that. It's not helped by the mistake he makes again at the weekend. What I will say is he did make up for it with a couple of good saves late on. The question.
So first and foremost, can we all agree as well? We got the guys and girls on YouTube and Statman. Let's just take a bit of a vote here. That goal on Saturday against Leeds, was it a mistake by Vicario? Statman?
Big time.
No.
I'll tell you what. How in the world could anyone?
Let's have. Joe Hart's.
I don't care.
Joe Hart's on the goalkeeper's side, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not having what. I don't care what Joe Hart said. What I'm saying, that is the most. Do you know what don't happen enough with goalkeepers? Why don't they just take
Right.
All right,
Let's.
What I'm saying is though, for a goalkeeper, we've watched it.
Right. First and foremost, let's rewind to very early on in the game, couple of minutes in. Yeah, we get away with one. Right, from our ex-player Joe Rogan.
Have
Look
a
at this.
look at the goalkeeper.
Have a look at this. The
Look,
goalkeeper. Where is the
going?
goalkeeper? The goalkeeper.
He fell over as well.
He is fallen over on his 6-yard box.
absolute disaster
It's an open
there,
net for Roden. He hits the post. That is so bad from the keeper.
It's terrible.
And then we look at the actual goal, and because Statman here we go, guys. Let's rewind it here. Ball comes over out wide, goes down. This for me as well is a problem sometimes. I think with the doggy. I think sometimes he's late to get into these balls that come across. I saw it a few times last year. Ball comes in. Poor defending, lines it up into it so. Is it deflected into the ground? I'm going to give it deflected into the ground. Yeah, there's your.
I'm not being funny, Will. Right, I'm not being funny, mate. I don't know when you last had your eyes checked at Specsavers. I've seen that. It's worse than what I initially thought. That is terrible. That goalkeeping. Do you know what goalkeepers don't do? And I'm not no goalkeeping specialist. Why don't you just take the ball into your midriff? Why don't it happen with goalkeepers? They're flapping things left, right and centre away. And look at that bit of goalkeeping there. And do you know what was disappointed in that match? Are we going to carry on with the game or are we going to talk about the leadership group? Because in that game, we was in cruise control when we went 1-0 up for a period.
I think we stick on the leadership thing.
Stick
We're
on
talking
the
about
leadership
Vicario.
group. So for me, Vicario, the question what I'm saying with him is that I find it hard when you got a goalkeeper who's making errors. And then you're trying to get a reaction from the group and be a leader within a group when the chips are down. And for me, he's somebody that probably with the mistakes he's made already so far this season can't be too vocal. How can you show that man with enough respect at the moment with the mistakes he's making every week?
He does love a shout up.
He does, that's what I'm saying. And I think sometimes when you see him have to shout, you just, why don't you just worry about yourself?
That's what I think.
A little bit too vocal. You're making mistakes.
You know, like when you're playing with someone, like if
you're making mistakes.
If you were playing with me and I'm shouting at you, you're going, Mad, you don't even run. Shut up.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
You're making mistakes. Just keep a little bit quiet. So to have someone like that with the form that he's in is probably a little bit of a question mark for me.
Lots of discussion going on YouTube as well. Some people comparing him to Gomez, great shot stopper, but weird in some situations, a bit flappy.
And a great shout that because Gomez couldn't kick a ball, could he? He had to throw one.
Yeah,
he couldn't kick from the floor, and Vicario can't kick a ball.
His throw was amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But yeah, that's in terms of him being in the leadership group. I think you've got to put your number one in there personally. I think your keeper should be someone. You know what it is, right? And I've done this a couple of times now, and it pains me to do it, but I will. If we talk about Arsenal right now, who we're looking at look good, right? And their whole process and trust the process, Arteta and that. Now, Ramsdale came in, and he did pretty all right for them, didn't he, Ramsdale?
Yeah.
Right? One thing Ramsdale really did well for Arsenal, I think, is reinvigorated their fan base with the players because he used to turn around.
He had that moment at Tottenham, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had that moment, didn't he? We had that little flare up there, didn't he?
Giving it the buzzer and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But then when there was an opportunity to go and buy a very good goalkeeper in David Raya, they went and did that. And they didn't care about his feelings. They brought him in on loan at first because of the whole financial fair play, and they bedded him in, right? And then it was like, who's going to be the number one? We knew who was going to be number one, but they've done it in such a way. And now I think I've seen David Raya save Arsenal points. And you are not going to get up to the higher end of the table with a goalkeeper that, okay, might save you, right, in a few areas when some of those shot stops. Against Bournemouth this season, by the way, he was probably man of the match.
He was good.
Right? But there's too many mistakes on top of that. But I do think he should be in the leadership group, and hopefully...
But do you think someone should be within a leadership group that makes consistent mistakes? That's a problem for me.
I know, but
because I don't know if you can demand too much respect within the group or from the group. I look at that leadership group. This is my opinion on it, right? I'll gloss through it quickly, and you have your thing. Romero, Van der Ven, Schuins. Don't even need to speak about them. They have been exceptional this season. The bar has been raised so high with them two. They're just showing how much in front they are of the other players that you've got there in centre half areas. Yeah, Ben Davis, half get because of the history at the club.
Gazza, what do you mean half get? I've been around here, right, longer than anyone. Even Sonny's gone. I'm still here, right? My nana said I should be the captain, and I agree with her.
History at the club, I get that. Yeah, with him, Ben Davis, good egg, Madge. Madison one. Now, the Madison one I could get as well, but I don't know when the call was made from the manager because I'd like to think that James Madison's probably training a lot alone at the moment.
Yeah.
Innit? He wouldn't have been in and around the group on a day-to-day basis because he's doing his own thing. So again, that's a little bit of a strange one because.
So I'm going to counteract that with some inside knowledge.
Go on then.
Madders is the WhatsApp guy.
Oh really?
Like when it comes to sort of like.
Is that where we are in football? Yeah.
Well, it is.
We've got a WhatsApp guy.
It's life, bro.
That's great. That's progression.
How do you get?
I get that, but yeah, I get it.
How do you?
Someone get yourself in a leadership group because you're the leader of the WhatsApp group.
Right. Okay.
Our football's gone on, eh?
So, but it has. It really has.
I know.
Think about this,
Wow.
yeah. A lot of these lads ain't going out to the boozer afterwards like back in the day.
Get yourself down the boozer.
They're going
So
home.
well, get yourself down there, cut a packet of pork scratchings.
No, they're not
or the
doing that.
scampi fries.
Yeah. But for example, we saw it firsthand, me and Statman, when we went to the boxing. Who was the leader of that group right there? With Solanke, Jed Spence, all the guys there, Van der Ven, Brendan Johnson. It was Madders. Madders is the spokesman. He's the spokesman.
By the way, I'm all for James Maddison. That's what I'm saying. If you listen to what I was saying there, I'm saying I'm all for James Maddison being in leadership.
Yeah, but you were talking about him
But
training on his own.
I don't think now with the current position he's in terms of his injury, that he's going to be in with the group like too much when you're going away to hard grounds and you're having a tough first half performance. He's not going to be around. He's not with the group. He's not going to be on a WhatsApp group at half time sending messages to the group.
But he will be there like the night before, going, boys, this is a massive game for us.
Yeah.
Like, let's go and make sure that we're doing this, doing that. I think what it is with Maddison again is an experienced older head who people respect. So that for me does make a lot of sense.
Fair.
I just think like this leadership group thing is nonsense anyway. It should just be a captain.
How mad is it, Madge? A leadership group. What is it about? Like, never went on in football before.
No, it's just a captain.
You got 6 people who have to be seen as the leaders. And do you know what I don't get? Whether it's a good thing or not, people have their opinion. Yeah, but I don't think you really got a need to publicise it like Tottenham did. Why don't you just keep it in house?
I think it's to give the boys a pump, make them feel like they're part of
Gone are the days just the arm around the shoulder and that, getting a little bit from you.
So yeah, it was Davies, Vicario, Maddison, Romero, and who was the other one? 5, wasn't there?
Yeah, you got Davis, Vicario, Romero, Van der Ven.
Oh, Van der Ven's in there.
Yeah,
Cool.
He's elite, mate. He does it. He's a captain of that group.
The only person some people looked at and thought, oh, why is he not on there? Was Poro. I like Poro, but nah, I'm fine with him not being in the leadership group. But we move on and talk about the Leeds match because we go back to the Vicario situation. It's funny. As Statman said, he doesn't think it was his fault. Some people in the chat don't think it was the goalie's fault. I think he could have done a lot better with that parry out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If you're saying that that's not a bad mistake, then we've got low expectations from the goalkeeper. I mean, come on.
And to be fair, definitely towards the end of Hugo's career, he got a lot of pelters, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Hugo's like ability to do certain things was unreal. Like that save against Bayer Leverkusen on the line. Oh wow, unreal. But when we saw Vicario come, and we said it on this podcast, he was like one of the best in the league for a while.
I don't think the trouble is you're only talking about the guy at the moment and his form. What we do is try and be a bit consistent. We praise him when he's done well. I.e., at the end of that game, he keeps us in it, makes a couple of good saves.
Absolutely.
In that game. What I'll also say is I don't know who else is available. What top goalkeepers are out there now, Madge? We said it on the last podcast.
Oh, it's hard.
There's not too many, and how much you're going to have to pay for them. So what I will say is you've got a man who's chomping at the bit there in Kinski, who come in for Spurs last year and got a little few games doing it, and he made a couple of soft mistakes, and then Vicario got himself back in the team reasonably quick. If Vicario continues to make mistakes, it'll be interesting to see whether the manager puts Kinski in, based on the fact as well that you are now part of the leadership group.
Yeah, no,
because that will be in the thinking as well. So that'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward.
Yeah, I think does that make it even more difficult to drop him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he's part of the. But again,
definitely does, Madge.
I do think in this day and age, where we've got so many games coming thick and fast, I think if a keeper gets used, I think that like they can accept that there's a lot of games being played, and at the end of the day, I think if you're a professional footballer and you manage to play 30 games in a season, you've had a good season, right? So sometimes there's 60 games in a season, so they both could do 30 each. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see. I need to see more from Ginski. He started off really well, but there were some moments here.
Played against Doncaster, didn't he? Pulled off a top draw save, the one he pushed onto the post,
really
because
that
could have gone in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But that was the negative from Vicario. Let's start with the positives, because I think the negatives that we can look at for the last 7 games is I don't think we've been that fluid up front. I think we've been trying to find who our perfect 3 is, if it's going to be a 3 across the front. Now let's start with Matthias Tell, because remember, you're always like, when you get your chance, are you going to do something for me? Can you show me something? And I think that's the best Matthias Tell we've seen so far, guys.
Great shout. Look, do you know what? As well, was when I was out earlier, and I had a little think to myself about Tell. And do you know, on this podcast before, we've mentioned before that you're going to be dealing in moments within cameo roles on a football pitch. Let's go back one to Wolves. Yeah, terrible game for Spurs.
Yeah,
you get brought onto the pitch. Yeah, you need to do a little bit. You did done a little bit on the left, didn't he? Puts his cross in, leads to a goal. Good little set from Sarr, and Palhinha puts it in. But you've made an impact when you come onto the pitch. You've done something that's led to something positive for Spurs, and that being a goal. Yeah, that's in the manager's thinking. Yeah, moving forward. Yeah. Obviously, you're not involved in the Champions League squad, so you can't be selected. You combine that fact with Richarlison's form. You find yourself in a team at the weekend. You've got to start. You're playing against Leeds. Are you going to take the opportunity? I thought he did. I thought he done enough to keep his place in the team for the next game, and that's all it's going to be at the minute. It's a game-by-game situation, and you look at the goal. He got a slice of luck with a goal, but he had to take his shot. It was a clean enough shot, and the deflection takes it in past the goalkeeper, but he follows it up with a header that comes off the bar, cannons off the bar.
Really good header.
Good header that, and yeah, as from what we've seen of him, you have to be impressed and over the moon for the lad. Because everyone is, and you look at Kudus mentioning him, made a thing about mentioning him after the game about his application since being left out of the Champions League squad, being second to none. That's great, Madge.
Yeah.
Because people will feed off that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People will feed off that, and it creates a good sort of vibe within the camp. Yeah,
a lot of people are saying in terms of Tell that he should start against Villa when we come back from the international break, which makes a lot of sense considering, you know, the Champions League games that we'll have coming up, Monaco away and etc. I think we need to use the personnel correctly. And if you're going to go another game like you did against Leeds, who, let's have it right, they're not no mugs at Elland Road. Like, it's a good victory that I'm really pleased with the boys. I just think that he's the type of player, right? He is going to need time and he's going to need goals, and that will build his confidence. And when the confidence builds, I think he's a confident young man. He's only 20. I think, hopefully, he's someone that can build on. Remember, it's early days for him. We've got to be patient, I think, and patience is the key with a lot of these young players. I think we expect things to happen far too soon, but this is what comes with price tags and coming from Bayern Munich and pressure.
Pressure in football now, imagine. You got to give. What I will say is that we keep saying it. The managers now give the group and then the individuals within the group an opportunity in it, match. They've all had a chance, so they can't turn around to him and say that they haven't. You look at the manager as well, because even still, you see in groups and you see on chats on X or Twitter, wherever you want to get on Instagram, people are still not having the manager, his style of play and all that. How can you not love this manager? Did you see what he done? What you're talking about, Tell, after the game? Come on, mate.
It was almost emotional. I'm very happy with the second balls. Very good from Tell. Very good. I was emotional. I love it, mate. I'm trying to get it down. I'm almost there, mate.
You're nearly there.
It's really there. But it
was great man manager, no match from him. Yeah. To go and make a thing of going and shunting him in front of.
Yeah, that was really good. And you know what? Again, I am going to say this now because we've got really hard fixture list coming up. I'm happy to ride the Thomas Frank train.
I'll tell you one thing, you jump on that train, because if you're still on the Ange Postecoglou train, that is a train that has seen a manager lose 30 out of his last 49 Premier League games.
Not good, is it? Here we are, mate. But
not 1 in 7. So, yeah, I'm more than happy on the Thomas Frank train. More than happy.
But I tell you what, like I said, it's refreshing to see him doing that and having that personal connection with the guys. And
old school management, mate. Put your arm around the shoulder, sort of Kudus. Basically, he was giving him a kiss and a cuddle after the game in the rain. I love to see that.
Yeah,
that is everything that Harry Redknapp, for example. That was how Harry had made his managerial career, match.
Yeah, it was
just like elite man management. Something that goes out of the game, because there's too many managers that try to make it about themselves with
Well, this
philosophy and a
is
brand and stuff like that.
This is why you're seeing the likes of Russell
We're having
Martin.
it, mate.
Russell Martin being sacked, Amarim in a difficult position at the moment. It started with, I wouldn't necessarily say Wenger, but Wenger did change football in a massive way, in a positive way, right? But it starts with Jose, I am the special one, right?
Yeah.
And then it's Pep. You know, managers who are like almost bigger than the team. And what I love about Thomas Frank is, and real leaders do this, real leaders allow people in their team to do their role and go, right, I've got Justin over here, I've got him over here doing that. And he always bigs them up. Listen to him always talk about his team. You know, a lot of second balls, really good. You know, I love it. Yeah, and I really like how he talks. And like you say, I was speaking to a Nottingham Forest fan on Talk Sport on Sunday, and she was like, I look over and we're 2-0 down, and this guy's just looking down at the floor, like looking at his feet. And I'm just like, you know what's really interesting is he does that, Ange Postecoglou, but then you listen to his motivational speech before the final and you want to cry. So, great message here from Spencer. Just to bring it back to Tell, says Tell's doing it at an international level. 9 goals and 16 appearances for the under-21s.
Look, I think it's very clear with Tell. Like we've said consistently, you're going to have little moments. Can you take your moments? That'll lead you to that might hopefully get you a starting role in the team, as it did against Leeds. You score, you play in the next game, go again, because we keep saying it as well. There's a couple of positions at Spurs that if you get a little run going and you build a bit of traction, you can make the position yourself. You can make it your own, That is up front, because look at Richarlison, the way he started first couple of games, had us all thinking we've got something different on our hands. He sunk right back into the player that he was, hasn't he? And the bar's gone completely down again with him. Yeah? You got someone like Tell, who's chomping at the bit to play. You got Moani, who we haven't seen. Left-hand side is another thing. Can you take your chances? So I love that. And if you're looking at just quickly on Thomas Frank here with Spurs, like this summary here for where Spurs are at. Spurs have lost just once all season. In the Premier League, Spurs are third, have picked up 10 points away from home and had 3 clean sheets. We're in the next round of the Carabao and unbeaten in 2 games in the Champions League so far. That's unbelievable. That is an unbelievable start. And the main thing for me is in all of that, there's so much more room for improvement. You know what I mean? It's mad. So, yeah, really good. Let's hope we keep it up. Who's the 2 competitive games you've lost? Yeah, PSG I'm not counting. That's like a Super Cup. I'm on about.
And on penalties.
Since the season started, yeah. But, yeah, I'm over the moon with it, mate.
Well, listen.
Back to the game of Leeds, man. Just as we've sort of come off that, if you don't mind. I thought Spurs were in cruise control after we got the goal. I thought there was nothing really between the 2 teams prior to the goal. Spurs are in cruise control. Vicario's error we've already touched on. It gives them a leg up. It gives not only the team a little bit of inspiration, but the fans within the crowd who we had completely silenced. It gives them a way back in. They had a little 10, 15 minutes in the game off the back of that, and you had to ride the storm there. A couple of chances falling. I think one fell for Calvert-Lewin as well. Probably should have taken. But the key moment comes in the second half with Kudus match, doesn't it? What a goal it was.
Yeah. And he's the next person I wanted to talk about, because you want to talk about nailed-on positions.
Brilliant.
He owns that right-hand side, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That belongs to him.
We love a stat, don't we? 4 goals and 1 assist in 7 Premier League games.
Or is it the other way around?
You've
4
had
assists, 1 goal.
4 assists, 1 goal. My apologies. Yeah. You've had an impact there, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, 100%. We asked to do something, didn't we?
One wild stat that come out of that one as well. Only Fulham, 47, had more different nationalities score a Premier League goal for them than Spurs with 45. Kudus, the latest one, the Ghanaian who netted on Saturday. It was great to see him. Great celebration. Didn't like that little bit from the fan who nearly took the fella's head off.
It was
terrible.
Wow, nearly took his head off.
Terrible.
It come at some speed, didn't it? It wasn't. Hey, Kudus!
Great win. Great win at Elland Road, as you say, Madge. There's no easy place to go in the Premier League. That ground there, built with so much history, such a difficult place to go. Great set of fans, great fan base, and to go and turn them over was brilliant.
And for me, the best we've seen of Xavi Simons so far, in the correct position for me, number 10, low centre of gravity, the ability to drive. I like what I see with him, and I think if he gets a bit of time and space, then there's...
Seen glimpses, haven't we? I think there's more to come from him. There's no doubt about it. He's capable. Some player ratings from football.london for that game. Vicario 7, Porro 5, Romero 8, Van der Ven 7, Adugi 6, Bentancur 7, Palinia 6, Xavi 6, Kudus 9, Tel 8 and Odeber 7. So, yeah, some decent marks there for a couple of them boys in that, for sure.
It definitely. I just want to touch on Simmons a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
I think once we can get, because again, it laps on so nicely to Odeber, who played.
Yep.
Do you think he came in and shined? I don't think he did.
I thought he had one little moment in the first half that he got slipped through, and I thought, go on then, take your opportunity there. He didn't take his opportunity. I thought he had a decent enough game, but again, that's an area that if you get an opportunity, you can come in and you can stake your claim. You can get in the Spurs team on that left hand side. He's probably had a look. He's probably had a look at it, and like Brennan Johnson, no good out there, is he, Madge? Not balanced to play out there. Xavi, you wanted to see him in that 10 role at the weekend. Mouani's not fit at the moment. Tell can play out there, but you got used as a striker. So, be interesting to see what happens moving forward. Will Spurs be bold and potentially go for someone in January? We've discussed that as well. I think that all depend on what happens over the next coming weeks and coming months, mate, leading up to January.
Well, yeah, I think there's the rumour of Ivan Toney, isn't there?
Brilliant.
Apparently, there's been a direct conversation from Thomas Frank to Ivan Toney now. Wow.
I can't believe that's somebody that I have not thought about.
Out of sight, out of mind. And he's only 29.
Literally, 29 years of age. I think he would be absolutely brilliant for Spurs. I would love Ivan Toney at Tottenham.
Frank contracts £426,000 a week star directly over joining Tottenham in January.
But has he earned his little money in a short stint? Get yourself back to the Premier League 2-3 years, because you can still make an impact. You're not an old player. It all depends on the desire from the player and the want. It's quite a nice place to come and play football at Tottenham. But again, Spurs have got a few bodies in that area at the minute, by the way. Still got Richarlison there. Still Tells there. Mouani we haven't seen at all. He might hit the ground running, Mouani. He might be a player. We haven't seen him at all yet. So I just look at that one and I thought, Ivan Toney, wouldn't that just be a great fit up front for your club?
Coming back to his old gaffer as well.
Oh, it just works. He knows everyone there, knows the setup, knows probably the style of play that they want to use more often than not. And it would also be a statement signing, something that Spurs fans would like to see and probably are going to expect to see moving forward. Whether January is that window, it's a bit of a difficult one. Chelsea being linked with him as well, Madge, so that's always a difficult competitor to come up against.
I think if you're Ivan Toney, going back to what you know in Thomas Frank, surely is something that is appealing, right?
Be the main man at Spurs. You would be up front. You'd be the main man up front there. I think you need to see a body leave. How long? Like, where are we at with Richarlison as well, Madge?
Oh, mate.
Because he had us all fooled a little bit.
He did fool us.
And do you know what? Like, we don't want
to. He put the makeup on.
We don't want to sit on.
He put the high heels on. We've gone out for the evening. We thought, I've got a stunner here.
We didn't want to.
And they come home taking it all off. No good.
We don't want to sit on this podcast and be negative about individuals, but his levels have dropped massively.
Simply Ace is commenting, and I mentioned this the other week as well, saying Brennan Johnson can be a centre forward as we don't have much happening in that position. I've said this. Give him a go at the 9. Let's see how he is in the middle of the park, because I think he's an instinctive finisher. He's fast. He's the kind of player that needs to just work on impact and just instinctively. You know, his old man was a striker, wasn't he?
Yeah, of course.
So he knows the position. I think he would be good.
I would say he's down the pecking order to even playing that role at the moment. I wouldn't like to see Brennan Johnson through the middle.
Well, you'd be annoyed if you would tell.
But what I will say is that I'm looking at Richarlison's output and I'm saying, could he do any worse? Probably not. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, well...
How long's Richarlison been at Spurs now?
Too long.
3 years? 4 years?
Well, he was there with Harry Kane.
Seen nothing, have we, really? No consistent period.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Again, don't want to slaughter the player, but time's running out for him. It is, and it's running out for Spurs fans with him, because we're looking to have better than him up front.
Well, yeah. But like
it's simple as that, really. It's not too difficult, is it?
Let's just have a look then. Like you said, the Premier League table, we are, 2 points behind Arsenal?
Yeah. A little touch on Vicario. It's his birthday today. We've given him a nice little happy birthday.
Sorry, Vic. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate.
Listen.
Who we are.
We like you, yeah? It's like a Ben Davies situation. I can tell you're cool and you're one of the lads. Maybe like a number 2 role, cheerleader, and get like someone else. Mate, when you look at the keepers like Donnarumma, Alisson, Raya now, I'm going to put it up there. I look through the Premier League, yeah? And do you know what? Let's look at Premier League goalkeepers, yeah? And we will look at who... Okay. Martinez for Aston Villa, better or worse than Vicario?
Oh, he's better for me.
Better. So there's Villa. Jordan Pickford.
It's difficult because you don't watch these goalkeepers.
But what you've seen of Jordan Pickford for England, better or worse than Vicario? He's had some howlers for Everton, by the way.
I think they all have them.
Yeah,
You sit there, Nick Pope. You're looking at them. Look at Onana. Look at him. Henderson, the one that spoke about last week. David Raya, you've already mentioned him, Madge. I see him make errors for Arsenal.
Not that many.
Not consistently, but there's still an error there. He's a
No,
good goal.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to come in. When's David Raya? Apart from against Sarr in that friendly.
I'll you know what? I'll make a thing of putting on our social media David Raya mistakes. So anyone that is on our socials at Same Old Spurs Pod, I'll follow that one up.
All of David Raya's mistakes.
He's made a few
at
Arsenal, mate. He's made a few.
Here we
the
go.
fact that there's an actual YouTube clip about it says it all. So, but yeah.
Poor distribution. Now I've seen Victor a lot worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can make a mistake. Yeah, it's there, but they're less frequent than others, and that's what makes him probably a little bit better than them. So yeah.
Yeah, he did get that absolute lobbing, didn't he? And he said sorry. But there's about 3 clips there, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm not like jumping on how great he is, to be fair. But I tell you what.
Not too many.
Like, I'll go back to that Premier League list I was just looking at there. I think Alisson for Liverpool, Martinez.
Yeah.
I think Jose Sarr's better than him. Nick Pope's better than him. Henderson's better than him. Like,
be interesting because it's all in his hands. Like, you know what I mean? He's got to cut out the errors.
Kelleher, I said that to Troy Deeney, and Troy Deeney was just like, he's not a number one. I was like, interesting that. I'll tell you what, the Manchester United lad got clapped off there, but they got man of the match, didn't they? Old Sam Johnson as well. Remember Sam Johnson?
Yeah, too. We've always had a little link with him.
We've always been linked to him.
Palace, West Brom.
But he's said the fact that they've got Jose Sarr and Johnson at Wolves, that's a decent 1 and 2 in my opinion. So yeah, I do think, stop going on about because it is his birthday.
That's right. He'll let him have a birthday.
Terry's right though. We've got one hell of a run coming up in terms of how difficult it is after the international break. So we're going to really see what this squad's about. It's Madge, it's Gaz. You are listening to Same Old Spurs. Don't forget, we're live on YouTube. You listen to us on audio as well. Make sure you sign up to our YouTube channel. We've gained some new subscribers in the last couple of weeks, which is nice. If you're on YouTube right now, you can see it says Same Old Spurs, and next to it is the subscribe button. Mate, I'm not even subscribed. There you go. I wasn't even subscribed to your own podcast.
Do better.
How about that? Just press the subscribe button right now. If you are listening on the audio as well, do head over to YouTube, search Same Old Spurs, become a subscriber, join the community. Let's try and grow this Same Old Spurs podcast. It's Madge, it's Gaz, it's SOS.
The Same Old Spurs podcast with Majestic and Gazza.
That's right, it is the Same Old Spurs podcast, our little one during the international break, which has come around again so quick. So annoying.
As I said, when I've been saying it, I'm quite happy with it because I can dine out on what we've done and our success so far up to this point. It's nice looking at a league table, seeing us third in the table. But a lot of people ain't having that. A lot of people are saying, nah, why do you want an international break? I want the Premier League to continue, and I understand that as well. So it's just whatever your preference is.
Recently, in the last couple of weeks, Luca Williams-Barnett got his debut for us, didn't he? Got his pro contract. Scored a brace today against Newcastle in the academy. I just want to talk about this road to the first team from the academy because...
Great topic of conversation.
We haven't seen anyone come through that academy in so long.
Yep.
That's made the first team. Who? I know, but who's the last player that has come through?
Let's talk about one individual then now who's probably... Let's have a little look at him in Mikey Moore.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got a lad there who's, 17 now? He's gone to Rangers, yeah? Hasn't worked out for him at all at Rangers. It hasn't worked out.
Not worked out for any of them.
Hasn't worked out for any of them, the manager included. So now you're in a loan system. You've gone out on loan. You're at a place that's an absolute disaster to be around and in around. You don't know what manager's coming in next, and is he going to be? Are you going to be a player that he turns to and gives games to? So it's really, really difficult match because there's not a lot of slots available. around the first team. Inevitably, you will go out on loan to get some, to try and get some minutes, try and get some experience. The loan move is key. Are you going to the right club? Or is it going to be the right type of setup, the right football played to benefit and suit how you want to progress as a footballer? It's very, very tough, mate. It's really, really difficult. I've had a look at that player there. Looks like he's very, very capable. But so many do. And so many fall by the wayside. So it'll be interesting to see how he develops. But no doubt a positive, because as Spurs fans, we want to see players get through and excel for the Spurs, for the first team, don't we?
Yeah,
it's all about, mate. It's what it's all about.
Yeah, you just look at the names that have come through our academy to, like, obviously we know him personally, Jake Livermore.
Do, yeah.
Ryan Mason, of course, Harry, that little mob there was actually sort of coming through a little bit via Pochettino. Who's Chelsea lad? Which guy?
Madueke.
Oh, Madueke, yeah, no, he's at Arsenal. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, we've lost a few, including Marcus Edwards, who's now at Burnley, but he went via Sporting. Madueke we missed out on. There's a few that we've missed out on. So, there's all this talk of trying to have a cohesive academy into the first team and a route there. Spencer says about Alfie Dorrington. I just think we really need to, like, say this Luca, he's only 16, isn't he? He's like really young.
17, I think.
But I'd love to give them a chance. They're fearless, man.
Yeah.
Like Spencer's mentioned Jamie Donnelly, Dane Scarlett. The problem is for me, they're not people that have made it for me.
Nah, I'd be surprised if any of them two played for Tottenham.
Yeah, I know.
I really, really would. Like, I think Dane Scarlett's been in and around the mix
He's
for
had
so
more
long
than enough
now.
chances.
Jamie Donnelly, little bit probably. You could give him an
Dane Scarlett feels like he's about 35 now.
I just think you look at Jamie Donnelly where he plays central midfield, right? Is that his position?
Yeah.
And you look at the players that Spurs have got in there at the moment. Bentancur just signed a new deal. Palhinha looks unbelievable in there for me. I love the fella. You got Pape Sarr, still a young bad, progressing all the time. You got Archie Gray, who's not really even getting a game. He played against Doncaster, that's it. Made a little cameo against Bodo Glimt, but he's not getting game time. So where are you, Jamie Donnelly, in that pecking order? Probably way down. And it's again, it's a time in sport. You're always looking to progress. You're always looking to improve areas of your squad. So it's going to be difficult for them players. They need to almost be like standout, like just like freaks, Madge. Honestly,
Yeah.
You really do need to sort of be a freak now to get an in.
Well, the thing is,
an academy club.
The thing is for Dane, when it comes to his Spurs career, 22 appearances and only one goal, and that was the European Cup, wasn't it? In the Europa League, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Troy Parrott in the comments there.
Yeah.
Troy Parrott, another one. Obviously went through the whole system, touted to be the next Harry Kane. Ends up playing for what? Is he in the Dutch league now? He ended up playing against us a couple of times.
Yeah,
didn't he?
he has, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where you can end up if it don't quite go right for you.
Nothing wrong with the Netherlands, guys.
A lot of expectation, but really,
There's nothing wrong with the Netherlands.
are you good enough? If you're good enough, I always genuinely feel that you get there.
Apparently, Alex Crook is reporting that Kane doesn't want Spurs' return, which is interesting.
That, yeah.
What do you make of that, guys?
Well, look, I think Harry Kane's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Really do. I think he's doing really, really well for Bayern Munich. Look, I'm not in the Harry Kane business. We're in the Tottenham business. So, like, whatever it is with that man, I wish him all the best. But we're on our own journey. So if he's a part of that, great. If not, so be it. So be it.
Yeah, if he doesn't rejoin, then the Bundesliga thing comes out and everything.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he is literally at the moment just absolutely on fire.
Difficult set of fixtures, as I know, as one of the guys in the group mentioned there, Madge, that we've got off the back of the international duty.
Yeah.
Some really heavy duty games, if you like. Aston Villa at home next. Everton away after that. Form Everton, in-form team. Jack Grealish doing a bit for them, isn't he? For sure. Chelsea at home after that. Man United at home after that.
A lot of big
Arsenal
games.
away after that. Tough set of fixtures. But I think Tottenham will give everyone a game now. I don't see a position or a situation where Tottenham, for example, when they went away to Liverpool in the second leg of the Carabao Cup, got thumped. I don't see Spurs getting a thumping from teams in the Premier League. I think we'll give teams a game. Whether we're capable of getting a job done And winning them games is another question. But I do think that we'll give them teams a game.
Well, the one thing that I can say going into those games, like against Arsenal, etc., is you don't fear going into them. Like, before, because of the high line and all that, you kind of was like, please don't do it. Like, now, at least you know.
I never expect apart from like we had a few years, didn't we, when we had the edge on Arsenal, didn't we?
Yeah,
we did. We had
had
the edge on them, but at the moment we're not. I don't go into that game expecting to beat Arsenal.
No.
When we play Arsenal, anything is a bonus.
Yeah, if you take points,
anything is a bonus against them. You nick a point, all three unbelievable. Nick a point, great result, because obviously they're really gunning for one thing this year, and that's the title. We're not them, so
great message here from Mario, who's in the chat on YouTube. Evening, Mario. He says, "Hi guys, what's going on with this dead leg? Sounds like it's literally died. We desperately need him fit." This is so true. We spent all this time talking about Richarlison and Tell and Brennan Johnson in the 9. We bought Moani. Like, did I dream that? Did that happen?
I think he'd be a good player for us. I think he's got all the attributes to be a good player.
Yeah, but I'm saying, where is he?
Don't know. He's out, isn't he? It's typical.
Randall Coley Moani. What a name. So let's have a look at his...
I fully expect him to be back for the Aston Villa game.
Yeah.
According to what the manager said, not too far away. Obviously not on international duty, so he'll be looked after over the next sort of 10 days or so, if you like. And I fully expect him to be in the squad against Villa. And that'd be refreshing, wouldn't it? Because now you'd have a situation where Tell potentially is going to start, and you got Richarlison and Moani on the bench. It's a bit of firepower, looking to make an impact as well. So that's a positive.
My only possible, not qualm, but reluctancy with Moani is, he had a great loan spell at Juventus, 16 games, 8 goals. But you look at his time at PSG, 26 games, 6 goals, and obviously didn't play much in the next season, scored 2 in 10. Then even going back to when he was at Eintracht Frankfurt.
23 minute season.
Yeah, the 22-23 season, 15 goals in 32 games in the Bundesliga. I don't think he's going to be scored.
I always have a fear about these things, that if you're that good, you wouldn't be going on loan to Spurs.
Polinia.
Yeah.
Polinia.
Yeah, that's a great shout. That's a great. You killed me now. I've gone for 6. But what I will say is that it's very rare in it, Madge. Like, if you're a top forward going on loan, like there's so true to a, like, there's none around, Madge.
No,
there's no centre forwards at the moment.
But there's a lack of goalkeepers.
So for people, what I'm trying to get, so for clubs to be letting people go out on loan to other clubs when there's not too many of them. We have to see.
The only thing with that is the centre forward position is normally the most paid. So some of them are balancing
that's also
books.
a great shot. As I said, I think he's got the attributes. I think he might be able to do a little bit. Big lad. Big lad. Strapping lad. So let's see.
Why is it every striker we get gets injury prone and they all played so many games for previous clubs? Is there something wrong with our medical staff? Because that has been a thing.
It's always been an issue.
We seem to have problems with the medical stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's like you said, it's exciting to come back from the international break, but there are some fixtures I'm looking at thinking, this is going to be difficult.
I also think there's fixtures in there. We've spoken of Aston Villa at home. I think you can beat Aston Villa at the
definitely.
minute. I think that's not an Aston
But
Villa.
they are on a roll. They've
are.
got momentum.
But you can beat Villa at home, can't you? With the fans, you got to, like, everything. You got to start the game well. I think you can beat them. Everton away, if you can nick something there. Chelsea at home is always going to be a big fixture. Look, you're not playing a Chelsea side, although that they got the result against Liverpool. You only got to look at where Liverpool are as a club at the moment. Not really. They haven't started the season at all very well. Big London derby, Tottenham, Chelsea. They've always got the better of us on the majority of times, didn't they, Madge? But you never know on that one. Man United at home. It's a fixture Spurs can win.
Beat them 4 times last
Arsenal away is like...
You never know.
Throw it in the air and see what happens.
Yeah, that literally Arsenal away is that.
You know what I mean? Throw it in the air and see what happens.
The only thing I'd say about the Arsenal game, which is really difficult, right, is the fact that they are so good defensively. And I don't see how we break them down.
Agreed.
But our corners are really good now.
Mate,
We're taking some good corners.
That's a thing. Don't underestimate the importance of a throw-in, a corner at the Emirates. Can you take your chance? Anyone can score from a flick on the head. You win the first ball and you get the you know what I mean? And you pick up the seconds, you can score a goal. You can score from a throw-in match. Do you know what I mean? Got a lot of players gone away on international duty, Madge. 19 players have gone away on international duty. 3 on the under-21s. Little question for you here, Madge.
Ooh.
Can you name the 3 under-21 players that have gone away on international duty?
What, with England under 21?
Not England, no. Just in general. No real surprise ones, really, there.
Under
3.
21s.
Join in the comment section as well.
Yeah, join in the comment
19
section.
players have gone on international duty, 16 full international, and 3 under-21s. Who are the 3 under-21 players?
Matthias Tell.
Yep.
Who is under 21? Ooh, that's a good one. Who's he playing? Huh? Oh, Archie Gray. Is he not with England?
What, first team?
No.
Yeah, under-21. That's what I'm saying.
But I said England under 21s.
Yeah, but I'm saying in general. I thought you meant.
That's why I didn't say him.
I thought you meant select.
No, Archie Gray,
right,
Tell,
yeah.
and who's the other one?
More.
Archie Gray, Tell, and Odegaard.
That's it, mate. Them 3. They're the 3 lads.
Tell and Odegaard, France. Archie Gray, England.
That's it, mate.
There you go. I got there in the end. So international break, as you can tell.
Jude Bellingham match. What's happening?
Just he's not.
Find it strange.
He's not in the Real Madrid team at the minute, is he?
No, but
they're playing better without him.
I find it strange.
Why?
Situation. Just do, because I think he's a top player. I don't know. I don't know whether it's Tuchel trying to make a statement or giving players a genuine opportunity. Because I'm looking at Jack Grealish. If you're talking about form, why ain't he in the England squad?
True.
Get what I mean? So Phil Foden's been doing okay for Man City as well. His levels have improved as well. So be interested to see what happens there moving forward, because there's no doubt there's a player in Bellingham. Has he got an attitude problem? I've seen a lot of things touted about that. Last couple of camps he weren't too happy with him from that aspect. So we'll see.
Let's have a quick look at the latest squad then. So he would be in. Where's the midfielders? I see Elliot Anderson.
How is Jordan Henderson still getting in the English squad?
Been playing well, to be fair, mate. He has been playing well for Brentford. Have you seen him? Playing well.
I'm not a fan, mate.
A lot of Forest in there, isn't there?
I'm looking at that midfield at the moment. I don't strike me as anywhere near a team or a nation that's going to win a World Cup or a major competition.
I think we're off.
Do you think? Look at that midfield there, Madge. You just skip by it. You got Rodgers, Declan Rice, Loftus-Cheek, Jordan Henderson, Gibbs-White, Anderson. Do you know what I mean? You look at the defence there. Nico O'Reilly, Spence. He's had a good season. Stones, Skelly, Konza. Not too sure, mate. If
Big Dan Burn.
If we're going to do a bit, there's no doubt there's some capable players in there. There's a lot of players that are not in the squad that can do a bit for you. Grealish, Foden, Bellingham.
Why does Tuchel's shot look like he's like an author? Doesn't he look like an author in his pictures? Like, hello, my name is Thomas Tuchel and welcome to my book all about leaving out Jude Bellingham. That's probably how he sounded. Do you think that's how he sounded?
I think it is, mate.
Grealish definitely should have been given a bit of a call up now. But I think Thomas Tuchel's doing it on purpose just to say, keep it up. Do it again.
That's great management for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. And he might be doing the same with Bellingham.
Well, because Foden's not in there again, is he?
You might go to Bellingham. Look, you don't get above your station.
Well, Foden's
you're a young lad. You got to do a bit, yeah.
No, Foden, he's been playing well again, which is good for England.
No doubt there's some talented players in that front line there with
Jared Bowen, mate.
Bowen, Eze, Gordon, Kane, Rashford. Rashford is in the goals again, isn't he? Doing bits.
Yeah.
Like tore Newcastle to shreds with 2 unbelievable goals there. Saka, obviously a player at Arsenal, and Ollie Watkins as well. So
Harry Kane, 109 caps, 74 goals. The man's a joke.
Elite.
He's a joke, isn't he? He's such a joke. Oh, please come home, Harry. Please. I'm so sorry. I'll be absolutely, of course. Yeah, obviously. Come home. Obviously. Anything else? Actually, I was going to say to you guys,
Go on, mate.
You're middle-aged and white, aren't you?
Yeah.
So am I. Gary Neville don't like us.
Oh, I'm not going down this road. I'm not going down this road, mate.
What road's that, mate? Did you see Simon Jordan serve him up?
I'm not going down this road.
Well done.
What I would encourage, what I would say is just like, I don't get why people just don't stay in their lane. Like, you're a football pundit. Remain a football pundit. Why are you trying to be a politician as well at the same time?
Because I don't like the Glazers.
He's been put to the. Everyone's got different views on politics. Just stick to football.
Yeah, but the Glazers, guys, Glazers.
What I will say is, ain't he been put on sort of gardening leave by Sky Sports today, Gary Neville?
Has he?
Yeah, apparently.
We have to check that news article right now.
Or is that a
Mate,
suspension?
they don't even sack Jamie Carragher for what he did.
Or is that a suspension? I might have got that wrong. Oh, he's.
Yeah.
No,
Gary Neville
nothing
escaped Sky
happening.
Sports punishment.
Just started a big rumour there.
He started the world's biggest rumour.
Yeah.
Gary Neville's actually taking out a lawsuit with us.
Just don't get it, mate. Just don't get it.
Terry says Simon Jordan was class. Yeah, they called him a champagne socialist, didn't he? Which was very funny.
Someone just put another about there just lastly, match. You know, Tottenham, always the aim for any club and any manager and any team will be to try and win something this year. Spurs, obviously, on all fronts. Like FA Cup not even come around yet. Champions League started off okay. Lightness of us winning that, extremely unlikely. Premier League, extremely unlikely. Carabao Cup, you get yourself up to Newcastle, St James's Park. Difficult fixture, but again, a fixture I think we can win. Are we going? Yeah?
Well, St James's
Are we
Park,
going?
I'll be all right. Should we have a look at the calendar
Sort that
first?
out. We'll go.
Spurs.
I'll tell you one thing, that is a game there that I think that you can win there. It's going to be an extremely difficult task. Obviously, they won the Carabao Cup last season, didn't they? But I think Tottenham can win there.
29th of October.
I do.
So Wednesday.
I think we can.
I think I've got a gig on that night.
Whether I'm deluded or not, I think Spurs might be able to get the result there.
It's going to be difficult. Pard's putting them up there with possible championship contenders to win the league.
What, at the beginning or now?
Like, now.
What, Newcastle?
Yeah. Mate, you look at their team, right? There ain't many midfields better than theirs. Tonali, Bruno, and Joe Linton. It's a good midfield, isn't it?
Like most teams, they're just a couple of injuries away from that just breaking up match because whether they've got the depth. But that's not just them. That's most teams. Do you know what I mean? So that'd be interesting. The guy up front, I'll tell you what, that was a penalty he took, wasn't it?
Oh,
What
great
was it?
pen.
Watermoulder.
Nick Voldemade, yeah.
Unbelievable penalty. I don't think I've seen a better one. But again, I think it's a game that, like, go and have a go. Express yourself. And if you can get Xavi in that 10 doing a little bit for you in the meantime, in the build-up to that, you might be able to go out there and do a little bit for you. What I will say is Tottenham have got a great defence.
Yeah.
You like them two centre halves there, mate. They're not going to go. They're not going to cave in. They're not going to give people too many opportunities.
And they seem to be in terms of
I'm
like
looking at Romero's mark from the weekend, 8.
And you're looking at the fitness at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, they look fit as a fiddle, don't they? The pair of them, and that's important.
I'll tell you what, goals against Liverpool have conceded 9.
Yep.
Bournemouth conceded 8. Arsenal, again, top of the class. They've only conceded 3. No, what about the boy Semenyo?
Brilliant player.
Get him in.
Again, like we keep saying it, and we've said it on this podcast before. The only way, in my opinion, that you're going to judge, and by the way, another tick for them this week, by the way, is securing Bentancur on a deal. So now you've had Bentancur, Jed Spence, Romero signing new deals.
Yeah.
Great for the club. Fantastic. Massive tick. But the only way you're really going to see what this ownership are about, the new model within the current ownership are about, is what they do in windows. You've got an opportunity, Spurs, to go and gate crash the party and get in front of a few people in the queue for me with going to get Semenyo, because I think other people have committed to other players. And what I mean by that is Arsenal got their wingers. Eze already got Medwake. He's out for a bit of a period of time, but they've got their numbers there. Liverpool.
Chelsea would just go
Liverpool,
again and get him, but is he too old for Chelsea?
Chelsea. Yeah, Savino signed a new long-term deal at City. Chelsea always going to be a team that you're going to be up against. But would he just think, you know what? I'll go and turn up at Spurs. I'll play with my Ghanaian international teammate Kudus. We'll be on both wings and we'll do a little bit for you.
That would be sick, wouldn't it?
What goes against you is he's an Arsenal fan. But great shout, mate. Will most modern youngsters would probably support Arsenal. I don't know though. If you're an Arsenal fan and you're a proper Arsenal fan growing up, and there's two teams in the mix for you, and it's Chelsea and Spurs, I'd like to think if you was a proper fan, you wouldn't go and play for Tottenham. So for me, you must be an armchair fan. Hopefully, he's an armchair.
No, sorry, mate. I've been around too many of those pros now and asked them the same question, and then all like, the moment you walk into the mode of becoming a professional footballer, it goes out the window. It goes, as much as you're a fan,
Good.
He goes, like, at the end of the day, it's your career. I'm the footballer.
Good. Well, we saw that with Eze, didn't we? That situation. We saw that situation with Eze because he was desperate to join Spurs over Arsenal, wasn't he? The boyhood club that he supported, the boyhood team that he played for with his granddad.
Don't even interrupt because that is the worst argument you've put
in
across.
Your opinion.
No,
opinion.
It's the worst
in
argument.
Your opinion.
No, it's the worst
in
argument. No, it's factual.
In
the
your
worst
opinion.
argument
Why is
you've
it
ever
factual?
put
Because
across.
you think it's factual.
No, because you're comparing Spurs and Arsenal. That is the worst thing you could have ever done. Because if it was about clubs and supporting,
who's compared Spurs and Arsenal?
because you said,
Eze got brought up in the Arsenal academy. His family are all Arsenal, massive Arsenal
he's
fans.
going to sign for them.
That's the point I'm saying.
Not just because
based on the club.
No, because Arsenal are miles ahead of us. So
mate, you've contradicted your argument about 3 times.
No, I haven't
what I'm saying is that if you're a proper
don't go to war with a debater.
If you're if you're a proper fan, in my opinion, I think you would go to the team you supported.
So what I'm saying, the Arsenal one is not a justifiable case because Arsenal are a better prospect as a football club for a footballer right now. Now, if you said
he was always desperate to go back to Arsenal,
if
based
you was to
on
say
him being there and based on his family.
If
being
you was
massive
to say,
Arsenal fans as well,
that argument is only valid in Arsenal against Manchester City because they're the two comparables.
You've got your opinion, I've got mine.
No, I haven't. There's Arsenal against Manchester City. Literally, in terms of it's Arsenal against Spurs. If you was any person who didn't support either club, you're choosing Arsenal. You're choosing Arsenal as a footballer.
Yeah, as I said.
Would you agree?
What's that?
Right. If you're a footballer and you don't support either Spurs or Arsenal, and both clubs come in for you,
but that's not the topic of conversation we're talking about.
I'm going with this because
okay.
you're saying.
Where are you going?
I'm saying you're saying if you're a fan, you choose your boyhood club. Now,
I think if there was an option that if you as a fan and there was 2 options on the table, I think if you as a proper supporter. And that club was still in a decent position, you would go and play for your club that you support and all your family support. I think so, yeah. If you're telling me that football fans, that goes out the window, as you've said to me, you speak to a lot of footballers, ex-footballers, and that goes out the window, then so be it. Hopefully that's the case, because then that means we'd have a chance of him. But I don't think it was the case with Eze, and that's the only point that I'm making. I think he's a massive.
So you don't think if you're sitting there as
and he was never coming to Spurs.
If you're sitting there as Eze and you're looking at the 2 prospects as football clubs, he's based that on being an Arsenal fan rather than the fact.
No. But I do think that it was a massive weight. That was one of the massive reasons he went there as well. That's why he massively held out for Arsenal.
But not rather than Spurs. What I'm saying is that is a non-comparable discussion because it's okay. I'll give you one. It's like a West Ham fan, West Ham and Spurs, right? You're diehard West Ham as a kid, right? Spurs and West Ham come in for you. This is when your argument applies because Spurs are miles ahead of West Ham.
I would like to think if you're a proper fan, I would find if you was a proper.
But what does a proper fan mean?
Proper Spurs and Arsenal fan.
But what does a proper fan mean?
When you grow up and your family are from the area, your family are all Spurs. It's important.
Okay, so
family are all Arsenal.
So David Bentley went to Arsenal, didn't he, as a kid? He's Spurs.
Yeah.
So is he not
and he couldn't wait to join Spurs when the opportunity came up.
Yeah, but he was at
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Can't pick what academy club he plays for. He couldn't wait to join Spurs when the opportunity come up based on that. So you've killed your argument again.
I haven't killed my argument there at all.
He couldn't wait to join Spurs when the opportunity come up. But he was at Arsenal's academy. If you're a kid trying to get into football, why are you going to turn down Arsenal's academy?
So then you're not a proper Spurs fan because you've gone to Arsenal's academy.
Why is that?
But you just said you don't go to
You're trying to get into football at that stage, aren't you?
So
you haven't made it or anything.
At that stage, you're allowed to go to your rival club, but then when it comes to choosing, you can't. I just think, again, well, here's another one for you. Scott Parker.
I just think if you so you're telling me
you're
a footballer. Yeah. You've grown up, You've played. You're a massive Spurs fan, as you are. Your family are. You've got an opportunity to join Arsenal, or somebody else. You would still join Arsenal.
Arsenal. But who's the other team that's in for me?
But you're going to be a top team. Let's be honest with you. If you're being linked with Arsenal, you're going to Arsenal. The team you're going to be linked with is going to still be good, in my opinion. You're not getting Crystal Palace coming in for you and just Arsenal. Still going to be a top team that's going to be coming in for you. I'd like to think if you're a proper fan, you wouldn't go to Arsenal with that in mind.
But so I've got Arsenal or City after me.
Yeah.
As a professional footballer.
Yeah.
Right now.
You're going to go with
City. And Arsenal going to get more money for me, and I can live in London. I'm going to Arsenal.
But then you're not a. It is what
that's what I'm saying. A footballer is so different.
Again, so based on we keep going back to it. Hopefully, Semenyo's not a proper fan then.
I'm just saying, if an
Because
opportunity...
I genuinely feel, based on where I've come from, where I live, my heritage, that you wouldn't do that. You think, like, I have to believe that if you're a proper fan, that you wouldn't go and play for Arsenal if there was another good option on the table. That's just how I feel about it.
No, but okay, so the Semenyo one, you're thinking the only reason that gets kiboshed, for example, is if Arsenal come in for him, right?
I think it would be...
And you're saying, now this comes back to the argument in general, because I think you're missing my point here, right? When you're a professional footballer, yeah, and clubs come in to take you, right? Semenyo is an Arsenal fan. Him being an Arsenal fan, right, versus him choosing his career, that's not the two things that come into play. If Spurs and Arsenal come in for Semenyo, right, he's looking at that. Who's likelier to win the league? Arsenal, so I'm going to Arsenal. So that thing there is, if it's Arsenal against Manchester City, yeah, right, the two clubs who are quite alike or whatever else, then him being a fan of Arsenal might play a point in it. But if it's Arsenal against Spurs, Arsenal are bigger than us.
But I don't think that, if you're, as I said, if you're a proper fan, when you've said that you speak to ex-players and they said that don't exist, I would like to think that that's a load of nonsense, personally, because I still think if you're a proper fan, that does exist.
But I'm telling you, literally, the footballers of today,
well, that's it then.
Based on the conversations that I've had with
then.
pro footballers.
That's the end of the chat then.
Like, people like...
and I don't think they're proper fans then. The people that you spoke to.
Beast of top, but what? Okay, what is a proper fan?
Anyway, we're going off. There's no need
to
carry on.
Discussion.
I've made my point. I'll stand on my point.
Yeah, but what is a proper fan? To be a proper Spurs fan, what is it to be a proper Spurs fan? Do you have to have a season ticket?
And it's got nothing to do with that.
So what is to be a proper fan?
I just think it's what you grow up in, the people in and around you. You relate. The reason I'm a Spurs fan is because my dad, it's because of my dad, and it's because of his dad. Because of his dad. It runs deep, through the big family tree, whatever you want to look at it, and it's massive. It combines that with the fact of the area that you live in, where you're brought up, schools you went to, etc., etc. So many different layers to it. I just would like to believe that a proper fan in a situation with all of that in mind and all things considered, to go and put on an Arsenal shirt, it's not a proper fan.
So Jamie Carragher wasn't a proper Everton fan when he was a kid.
Whatever, but whatever, like whatever you think. I'm just giving my opinion. You can put examples of it on the table. I'm just telling you what I think.
But what I'm saying to you is the one, just to bring it back to Eze, that one is non-comparable. Because it isn't about Arsenal versus Spurs or him being an Arsenal fan in that situation. It's about him choosing the bigger and better club right now. Thomas Frank's Spurs versus Arsenal's Arteta.
But I don't get how it's come into a conversation about Arsenal. All I'm trying to say to you is...
talking about Semenyo.
And what I'm saying is hopefully he's not a massive Arsenal fan.
But that doesn't matter.
And I'm not talking Arsenal being in a running for him. I think it does matter. I think it does matter.
Okay, so
I'm not talking about Arsenal being in a running for him. I think it matters. I really, really do. If you're a proper fan, because I think Semenyo can pick his club. There's a lot of teams that will go.
Absolutely agree.
So what I'm saying to you is, I think that matters. If you're a proper Arsenal fan, for example, and you rate yourself and you back yourself, and you can get another club, and you don't need to go to Spurs because there's other options for you, I'd like to think you wouldn't go to Spurs if you're a proper fan.
And again, opinions are opinions, but I'm telling you factual things from the inside.
You've based that on about half a dozen people at your TalkSport studio, or a dozen, whatever you want to call it.
Have you not listened to phone-ins when, like, Darren Bent's an Arsenal fan?
Yeah,
he joined Spurs.
Yeah, but again, I haven't got a lot of respect for people like that, because you're not a proper fan for me. How would you ever go to Spurs if you're a massive Arsenal fan? It's actually ludicrous for me. No, it's not, because he was a sought-after player at the time, scoring loads of goals.
Darren Bent was one of the biggest...
That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the whole point.
Everyone's got their own opinion.
Opinions are great, but the fact of the matter is, I'm telling you from learned experience of speaking to professionals, when it comes to them making decisions, or decisions made on their career, being a fan of the club does not come into play.
Cool.
And then what I'm saying with the Semenyo one is, right, you're absolutely right. He's got the pick of the Premier League. Yeah, so if there is, the problem with that one is, and again, like you said with Ivan Toney, right? Yeah. The pick of the Premier League isn't about whether they support a club or not. It's the fact that a Chelsea or an Arsenal will normally kibosh us. That's why it was such a big coup for us to get Xavi Simons over the line.
It's one of the things I always hear, though, is like, when you're linked with a player, he supports them, though. I hear it a lot. Do you reckon it don't exist?
Yeah, but
when we're linked with players, I always hear it. Oh, but he's an Arsenal fan, by the way.
yeah, but who do you hear that
always
from?
hear it.
But who do you hear it from?
Yeah, but
Who do you hear
I'm
it
not
from?
interested. I don't care who you spoke to on TalkSport or whatever they think. I'm giving you my opinion.
Yeah, but-
like they've got their opinion and come with very vocal. I'm giving you mine.
But what I'm saying to you is, when it comes to a professional sports person make a decision based on their career, I am telling you from the conversation, even having the conversations with them about, like when Darren Bent moved to Spurs, for example, yeah, and big up to Ashley who's listening down under right now. It's like he's looking at, this is a big moment for my career. Spurs are a big team. Arsenal ain't in for him at that period of time. He's going to move to a bigger club. He was at Charlton. So for Darren Bent, that's a move in his career, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I've spent way too long. I've gave my opinion on it. That's it. I've spoke about it enough.
Yeah,
I don't need to keep going into it and
what
going
do you think
into
a podcast is? It's a debate.
Yeah, no, but I've spoke to it. I've spoke about it enough. This
Yeah, but
subject.
it's a good bit of
Yeah, it's
content.
good. Yeah, I love it.
People
yeah,
are enjoying the
good.
debate.
It's good, but what I'm saying is like I've gone over it. I've just given my opinion on it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's your opinion. But what I'm saying is
that's
to
all it
bring it
is.
round to Eze, Eze's decision making, of course, I agree with you. Being an Arsenal fan and the dream of going back to Arsenal was always the dream. Yeah?
Exactly.
So it'd never be a choice between Arsenal and Spurs. But the thing is with the Arsenal,
I don't think Eze was ever coming to Tottenham at any point.
He
Whether
was.
I'm not having that. I'm sorry. I'm not having it.
No.
I'm
He
not,
was prepared
I'm
if
not
Arsenal
having it.
weren't
All
gonna-
nonsense.
if Arsenal weren't going to come right
Yeah.
and do that deal after Havertz got injured, he was prepared
That's
to go
fine.
to Tottenham.
None of us
Because-
will ever really know that. You'll turn around and go, yeah, no, I have it factually because what your industry working. But what I'm saying, I'm going on what I saw. I don't think he was ever coming to Tottenham.
But
I see a situation that he would have probably stayed at Palace and he would have probably gone on a free.
no, because the
what I
club
think.
would have sold him.
Yeah, but the player's got the power there. He doesn't need to be sold. In that situation, he could stay at the club. He could stay at the club and run his contract down. So the player has the power.
But
there.
that's
So
why. But in that,
who are you going to sell him to? You can only
But
sell him to.
in that instance, there he is.
Dragged on for so long. I just never think he wanted to come to Tottenham at any point.
He would have. Oh, it was always waiting for the Arsenal move. But the fact of the matter is, if he hadn't got the Arsenal call up, he would have come to Spurs.
I don't
for
think
Champions
he
League
would have.
football. He would.
I don't think he would have. I based that on just looking at a little bit, and not solely, and this is the point I'm trying, not solely, but based on him being a massive Arsenal fan, him being in demand, so he could pick his club just 12 months later, his family, his heritage, all of that, where he's brought up, all of that combined, he would not have gone to Spurs. And that, for me, I think he's a proper fan. That's what I'm basing it on.
But
He didn't join Spurs, did he? And it went on for so long.
But the thing, as I said, the Arsenal Spurs debate, just to wrap it up,
Yeah.
is non-comparable in that situation as a professional footballer with the pick of the clubs, because Arsenal, right now, for a professional footballer, they are going
Absolutely.
to Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas under Poch, however many years ago now, the whole conversation was if you was a young player and you had the choice of Arsenal Spurs, you go in Spurs. So that tide's changed at the moment. Hopefully under Thomas Frank we can get it. Anyways, but that was a good debate. Lots of people in here having their say. As I say, it's one of those things. All I care about is if we can get Semenya. And hopefully, do you know what outrides the Arsenal love? The Ghanaian love.
Absolutely.
Fellow Ghanaian.
It'd be
them two.
be unbelievable.
Jollof rice at the training centre on a Monday morning. all the lads have a little. I'll be there, mate. I'll be eating the jollof
It'd
with
be
them.
brilliant for us, wouldn't it?
Right, thank you very much. Don't forget, follow us on the socials. It's definitely we'll clip that bit up to put on the socials. I think that'll get a good debate going. It's Majestic Gazza. Will be when's Spurs next game? Let's have a look. Spurs fixture on Sunday the 19th. So 12 days away.
Can't wait.
I genuinely cannot wait.
Enjoy the period now. Enjoy the international
Do you care
break.
about watching England?
Nah.
So
God,
bad,
do you
isn't
know
it?
what, Madge? I was fully in a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I've just seen enough, as I said, and nothing that's great.
Feeling Tuchel as the manager?
I was, because he's elite and stuff like that, but he ain't really blown us.
Boring, innit?
He ain't really done it a lot.
Very
has he,
boring.
Madge?
Do you know what it is? You just want someone, because of the players that are in that England team, right? Let them off the leash. Just go.
I agree.
Go for it. You're playing
I agree.
Andorra.
I agree,
Go
Madge.
with 19-0.
I agree, my man.
All right. Thank you. Big up to Page Dog. He was enjoying our debate there. I won't say the first bit. Right, don't forget, subscribe. Have you subscribed yet? Don't be cheeky and not subscribe. We're here on a Tuesday night. We could have been in Lloyd's in the sauna.
Well, it was an unexpected mass debate there, wasn't it?
It was a great one.
It was
I always enjoy
it's
it.
all fun, it's all
I
fun.
always enjoy
We ain't had one for a-
masturbating with,
We haven't had one for a while, have we?
Right, Magic Gaz signing out. Thank you
Up
very
Spurs.
much.
The Same Old Spurs podcast.